A jobs report out this week shows there are still many unfilled jobs out there, with a host of openings in the hospitality and service sector. But filling manufacturing jobs locally and at large also remains a challenge. Some community groups believe they have an answer to satisfying that shortage of workers in the manufacturing sector, and they say it could be a win-win situation for families that call the Northwest suburbs home. One lesson learned during the pandemic is don't underestimate the influence of community. Mobile clinics helped underserved populations get access to the COVID-19 vaccine, and appealing to community leaders helped too.
So there is hesitancy here.
Initiatives like offering a vaccine clinic at a Brooklyn Center mosque during Ramadan proved to be a successful outreach.
Because we were working with so many different African immigrants to do vaccines, and you have trusted people in the community kind of sponsoring it. And so it really said, we wanted, what's next?
Up next will be an African immigrant job fair to try to expose immigrant groups to manufacturing, a field that has been experiencing a worker shortage for years. Organizers believe this is a career path that could give families a leg up.
What manufacturing really does is give people like a ladder. So when they start climbing, they're going up and they're building wealth, because so many manufacturers have told me, if I get people who want to learn and work, I'll train them.
Commissioner Jeff Lundy says the manufacturing field is highly competitive, with employers willing to train and pay higher wages.
We were excited to have that conversation, and they were like, yes, because we need to build wealth, and wealth happens when you get into a career that invests in you.
From the other side, from the community's perspective, the African immigrant community, if you look at the majority of the population and where they tend to, especially when it comes to careers, it's in the healthcare, right?
Huldah Hiltsley with the Kenyan group Wanagatinga says while healthcare is a noble career, it's often just a default.
My next door neighbor, who is an African immigrant like myself, is doing healthcare. That's what I'm going to do as well, whether or not it's my passion.
So a job fair could expose African immigrants to more possibility, more opportunity, while manufacturers find another pipeline to bring in the workers they need.
If somebody can come along and say, hey, here's an opportunity where you can actually provide for your family without going to 2 jobs, without working 16, 20 hours a day, without all of this stuff, and still get better pay, better benefits, and opportunities to grow, then why not?
The ongoing worker shortage is also impacting the pet industry. Many vet clinics report not having enough staff. Specifically, animal clinics are reporting fewer vet techs working in the field. For-profit colleges offering education in that area have closed, and this shortage comes after a spike in pet adoptions, which greatly increased the demand for animal services. It's a perfect storm that's increasing the wait times in local clinics. The Department of Employment and Economic Development handed out its first round of grants to organizations that will help revitalize communities. African Career Education and Resource Incorporated, or ACER, is one of those beneficiaries. The Brooklyn Center nonprofit will receive a $312,000 grant and then distribute the funds to businesses in commercial corridors in Brooklyn Park and Brooklyn Center, all to support economic recovery from COVID-19 and social unrest. Some stores and businesses in Brooklyn Center were destroyed or heavily damaged after the police shooting of Dante Wright last April. With Halloween fast approaching, one shop in Osseo is stocked up on treats. As Delane Cleveland reports, this business keeps its creativity fresh, much to the delight of chocolate lovers.
We bring happiness to people.
Many businesses aim to satisfy, but not all of them.
I mean, who doesn't like chocolate, right?
Are centered around people's sweet tooths.
We just have a whole array of different chocolates and something for everyone, I guess.
For the past 6 years, Pat Godfrey has operated Painted Turtle Chocolatier along Central Avenue in Osseo, where almost everything is made in-house.
When you have chocolate, if it's just fresh, I mean, it's a whole world of flavor difference. And I think that's the biggest thing, plus the fact that we have so many creative things.
Pat previously worked as a food scientist for Pillsbury and Cargill, but in 2008, she decided to branch out and start up her own chocolate shop, much to the delight of Twin Cities chocolate lovers.
One of the things I love the most is I love supporting local businesses. That's one of my favorite things. So having a local chocolate shop is really great versus just going to a store and getting a chocolate. And then the fact that they have like happy anniversary or other things, and just the assortment that they have.
Their assortment is one of the big draws. Pat creates truffles in all kinds of shapes and flavors, depending on the season. Anyone who visits this month will find a wide variety of Halloween-themed chocolates.
We change the colors and the decorations in the chocolates too. And so it's really creative and fun.
And if for whatever reason chocolate isn't your thing, they also have 8 different flavors of gelato, all made in-house. Pat had to travel to Italy to learn how to make the gelato, but all you have to do is grab one of these to-go pints to bring home. So whether you're looking to buy something for a special occasion or you just want to satisfy a sweet craving, chances are that Pat will have what you're looking for.
We have a lot of really great customers. They become your friend.
In Osseo, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
We had a dose of rainy fall weather this past week, and that left wildlife out and moving. Photojournalist Dustin Scholl captured these images near the Mississippi River in Brooklyn Park. We'll leave you today with some shots that you might not normally see.
You can never predict what will happen at tournament time. The Maple Grove boys soccer team suffered an unexpected loss in the Section 5 3A playoffs on Thursday. In this week's CCX Sports Spotlight, we meet a Maple Grove junior who put together a great season. Chris Frantz has been playing competitive soccer since age 7, and he's never had a season quite like this.
Frantz puts that one away.
Frantz has scored 3 or more goals 9 times this year, including at one point netting hat tricks 7 matches in a row. He entered this week's Section 5 3A tournament with 32 goals in just 14 matches.
It's just been crazy how many goals he's been scoring.
I've been with a lot of these guys for a while, and I think we know each other pretty well. So I think we know like the timing of the runs and the timing of the playing of the passes, and then it's just up to me to finish when I have the chance.
As far as being confident, and finding the corners and finding those finishes, no, I haven't coached anyone like that. No.
I can't do it by myself. I really have to thank my teammates. Almost all of my goals have been assisted. It's been crazy how much support I've been getting from my team, and I just happen to be the guy finishing it.
His scoring prowess has drawn the attention of college coaches, and the Crimson Junior is starting to hear from more of them and from bigger programs.
I think I would like to play college soccer. A few schools have been reaching out to me, and I think that I can broaden my horizons to a little bit bigger schools and bigger soccer places. Yeah.
Late in the regular season, Chris broke the Maple Grove single-season goal-scoring record.
I'm kind of excited that I'm here to see, because I didn't think it was going to necessarily happen.
Held for over 20 years by All-State forward.
He's a legend around here.
And Maple Grove High School Hall of Famer Chad Morse.
I could feel something coming. I didn't know what the record was, but I could definitely feel like this is a special season.
We play 2 less games now too. You know, back in the day we played 18 games, and now it's down to 16. And he did it in like 13 games.
I think what separates him as a striker is he knows how to put himself in those positions where he can find easy finishes.
The Crimson suffered their first and what turned out to be their only loss of the season Thursday night. Upset 5-4 by Moundsview in the Section 5 3A semifinals. Chris Frantz, however, will get one final chance at reaching a state tournament in 2022, his senior year. Maple Grove finished the season with a 15-1 record. Rainy weather cleared just in time for cross-country runners in the Northwest Suburban Conference to hold their conference meet this week. Jay Wilcox has the details.
The rain lets up as the girls hit the course first at the Northwest Suburban Conference Cross-Country Championships at Elk River Golf Club. Anoka sophomore Kayla Nelson races to the win. Her time is 19:30.6. Right behind Nelson is a trio of local runners. Champlin Park's Abby Hibbs is second. followed by Caitlin Osenai of Armstrong in third and Lex Davis of Osseo in fourth place. Beta Foy of Champlain Park is fifth and helps the Rebels to the team title. Lex's sister Jules Davis of Osseo isn't far behind Foy in sixth place. Then it's the boys' turn as the skies lighten up and the sun even makes an appearance. No doubt in this race, Armstrong Jr. Noah Brecker is a clear-cut winner in a time of 15:51.5. 22 seconds back in second place is Gabriel Berkmeyer of Andover. Osseo's Cade Sandvik is the next local runner, placing fifth. After the race, Brecker talked about his win.
It was definitely my goal coming into the season. I knew I was up there. I was definitely had a chance. First mile, I kind of broke off. Decided I want to push the pace, and I just kept gaining ground over the race. And about half a mile to go, just put in a surge to get it done.
Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Thanks, Jay. That's all for sports. I'm John Jacobson. Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.